I was looking through some of the stuff that you had, and as people start with startups, what's a metric that you think that they follow that they shouldn't be following? I know I fell victim to that in my first business. I was like, oh, I got to build all these systems, and I just maybe forgot that I needed to just focus on sales.
I mean, certainly that's true. There are a lot of issues with metrics for startup founders. I think the big distinction that Eric Ries made in his book, The Lean Startup, was between actionable metrics and vanity metrics, right? And even if you are looking at just sales, the absolute dollar value of the revenue you brought in is not necessarily a meaningful metric, right? What matters is the amount of dollars you're bringing in per day or per customer that you close. You can be bringing in a lot of money per day, but as an entrepreneur, I'm sure you know that you can be profitable but still go bankrupt if the payment terms on that deal is 90 days instead of 60 days. Mm-hmm. So unless you really understand what are the primary growth drivers of your business and what's actually keeping you in business, then it's very easy to fixate on the wrong numbers, and it's very easy to fixate on the absolute value instead of the percentage or conversion rate. And the simplest way I would say it is that for any entrepreneur out there who's listening, if you put out an A/B test on your website, version A, version B, and version A has 100 people that signed up, and version B that has 1,000 people that signed up, most entrepreneurs would go for version B in a second. But if you only had 200 people go to that first website, that's 100 divided by 200, that's 50% of the people who came to that website signed up, right, or paid perhaps. And if you had 10,000 people come to the second version of that website, well, that's 1,000 over 10,000, that's a 10% conversion rate. So I'd rather fund, as somebody's put money into startups, I'd rather fund startup A here in this case, because that's a conversion rate. And money can buy you the traffic. If your conversion rate holds at 50%, I want a piece of that business. So looking at conversion rates, looking at really what drives your business, that's more important than just saying like, yay, I closed a deal for $10,000. Okay, I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's a good number. Mm-hmm. But closing 60% of the deals that come in the door, that's a pretty good sales closing rate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty strong.
At least for B2B, right?
Yeah, B2B, that's pretty strong. Depends on where you're at in the pipeline. It's been pretty amazing how we can utilize funnels to kind of negate the, I guess you would say, the hard closer mentality that we've had that was there for a long time. We can do a lot of things to try to get somebody to that position before having to kind of rank their arm, I guess, to make a decision, right?